Okay, hey, I am live and welcome to me just doing a little bit of a live stream here, and we're going to prove Donald Trump is a negotiating genius. So you may not like that statement, but Donald Trump has never bluffed. He always lays his cards on the table, tells you what he's going to do, and then does it. And it's up to you to make the right decision. So I'm talking specifically about Iran and what's going on. So now the first image we're looking at here is a bunch of B-2 bombers, basically a third of the US B-2 bomber fleet at Diego Garcia. Just a couple of, open source facts here. The unrefueled range of a B-2 bomber is 6,000 nautical miles. Targets in Iran are 2,000 to 2,400 nautical miles away. So legit, depending on their load, they could make it to Iran and back without refueling. Of course, you probably don't want to do that. You want some loiter time available. Each B-2 can carry two GBU-37s. Are they on here? Let's see. Did I not load up the image? There it is. Two of these guys, they're 30,000, GBU-57, sorry. Two of them, and each weighing 30,000 pounds apiece. Open source facts are it can penetrate 200 feet of reinforced concrete before detonating. Hey, Kurt24, Johnny 3 Bar, good morning, good morning, good morning. And do I take this moment to pimp definitionknives.com? Yes, the world's best EDC cutlery, not just because I own the company with Dark, but because they are the world's best EDC cutlery. So you've got 6 B2s that could deliver 12 GBU-57s that will penetrate 200 feet of reinforced concrete before detonating. So that's pretty freaking amazing. And thank you, Kurt24, for dropping the link for definitionknives.com. So those guys are over at Diego Garcia, and that was 60 days ago, probably around the time Donald Trump says you have 60 days to negotiate. And just recently, they were joined by B-52s. Now, B-52s are not currently certified to drop the GBU-57, but they have the ability. I don't know what certified means, but whatever. But realistically, B-52s can hit anywhere in the world just like B-2s because of in-air refueling. So now we have to go to the next. This is like Donald Trump says, I've got the best hand in the world, and he's dropping one card at a time. So the next card that drops is, where is it? Did I not get the, yes. So it is the WC-135R, the Constant Phoenix, has launched and flown around. Now, again, you could turn off your transponder and nobody know you'd be up there, but they left it on. And so this is to make people like, this plane normally doesn't fly. What's it doing? Another card from Donald Trump dropped. And here's another picture of it. But then, sometime yesterday, the Doomsday plane was flying. So now this plane can fly 2 weeks, of course, with air refueling. It is nuclear hardened, EMP resistant, and basically it's to fly the senior staff around. Air Force One would fly the president, which has similar capabilities. But yes, the Doomsday plane was repositioned to Joint Base Andrews yesterday. And just, is it not the trifecta, quadfecta, whatever, a dozen F-22s have been moved over to Europe, and they're in England. So if anybody was going to crap their pants, it would be because a dozen F-22s are in their neighborhood. B-2s are within striking distance. B-52s are within striking distance. This is not a good day for anybody thinking that Donald Trump is bluffing. Again, this is a masterpiece. This is negotiating 101. Donald Trump said you have 60 days. On the 61st day, Israel began bombing. They have air supremacy over Iran. Iran claims to have shot down, I don't know, 2, 3, 5. I've heard different reports of F-35s getting shot down over Iran. The likelihood, and again, it's not zero. The likelihood is not zero that an F-35 could go down for maintenance. It could suck a goose into the engine. You don't know. But the possibility of it getting shot down is so slim. Now, of course, statistical probability is the more times you fly it, the more times you could have an issue. I mean, simple maintenance issue. But yeah, they're probably not getting shot down by Iranian anti-aircraft missiles. That's like, now if there's a magic BB from a Vulcan fouling Gatling gun or the Iranian equivalent of that, yeah, that's a possibility. So Razor JB, what's Razor JB saying? Come on now, we've already bombed for days. We've been in. Well, all right. So Razor JB has uncommon knowledge because of his career history. So far, there is no information, confirmed information, that the United States has been involved in this conflict, other than, I believe, our ships intercepting some missiles, so that our ships in the Mediterranean intercepting missiles. Of course, did I leave out that there's 2 carrier attack groups in the neighborhood? So yeah, that could be bad. So we got Stifler Manufacturing joining us, and Jova Q. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining. And definitionknives.com. I can 100% prove it, but just yet. Oh, hold on. Racer JB is a person I would not question. He says, I can 100% prove it, but won't just yet. But remember my post, 11. I'm not sure what the 11 and 110%. Is that? Okay. So, and thank you for the salute. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Negotiating 101 by Donald Trump. He has prepositioned all of the assets needed to carry out a strike on Iran. Typically, if you're going to drop a bunker buster like the GBU-57, you're probably not going to fly one aircraft in like the B-2, because the B-2 is way too valuable to lose because we have so few of them. But you're probably going to have it escorted by F-22s. I don't know of F-35 positioning, but it really looks like the Iranians are going to have a rough day. If you were the supreme leader of Iran with a soul and a conscience, you would have surrendered yourself already. I'm not sure if I've said this or gotten to say it on shows that I've been on, but this is an opportunity to eliminate the Iranian threat of a nuclear weapon. The Israelis have opened the door, and all we have to do, and minimally have to do, is fly one B-2 in and drop one bunker buster. Of course, we'll probably never just drop one. You want to make the earth a salad where that underground facility was. So, yep. Let me look at the comments here. Hold on. Let me drag these over. Boop. So I'm looking at you. Oh, wait, I can't do that because then it looks like a whole mess. So Razor JB making our new. Oh, okay. So Stifler Manufacturing is making slides. The SM17 Zoom this week. Okay. And Razor JB says he knows we're involved. He can confirm it. And all right, so Jovac Hughes says B-52. So B-52s are over there. In Diego Garcia, B-2s are over in 6B-2s in Diego Garcia. A dozen F-22s are now in England. Yeah, we don't bring out the F-22s for no good reason. The other thing, I don't know if I've communicated it, but apparently the Israeli F-35, so their F-35Is are also called the Adir. They said, in not so many words, it hasn't been officially leaked or stated, that the Americans did something to allow them to fly unrefueled into Iran, and I'm not sure back. I'm not sure of the numbers of this, but the only thing that would make that so is if the pylons, the stealth pylons and stealth tanks, have been made available to Israel for the F-35s. So that would increase their range and distance. Mind you, F-35s to F-22s were built to fight a adversary at closer range. These are not long-range aircraft. And with that, let's see. I think I am done here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Do me a favor. I am doing a project with Bear Creek Arsenal. And if you just create an account over at Bear Creek Arsenal, say that Flying Rich sent you, because that lets them know that people watch me and do what I say, or I'm influencing them. I gotta say, I've got a project with Bear Creek Arsenal. I may do it today, little video today on another site, but keep that in mind. And Razor JB is talking. Let's see what he's saying. Actually, if I click here, will it go there? No. What if all this time Iran was never even close to producing a nuclear bomb? All right. Whew. All right, good question. So, guys, do me a favor. Go over to Bear Creek Arsenal and sign up for an account. And when it says who told you to do that, say Flying Rich. I'd greatly appreciate that. That would be very helpful to me. And letting BCA know that, hey, this guy is getting eyes in driving traffic. So I'm going to just state facts, and Razor JB has a really good point here. The other time this has happened, ouch, I'm getting chills thinking about it. Iraq War. Saddam Hussein had no nuclear program. He could have just said, I don't have a nuclear program, but he was BSing, bluffing, and didn't want to back down, didn't want to be called a liar, didn't want to be seen as a non-nuclear country. All right. What information do we have that Iran is enriching uranium? So I'm going to give the points to support the argument that they're building a bomb. One, they're an oil-rich nation. You can generate as much power as you want if you're pumping those black dinosaurs out of the ground, black liquid dinosaurs out of the ground. Yeah, you can make as much electricity as you want by burning that. So the dumbest thing in the world, the dumbest argument for building a nuclear, having some sort of nuclear enrichment program is I need civilian nuclear reactors. Meh. Unless you claim you're a green environmentalist, because we all know that nuclear reactors are the most green form of power generation on the planet. IAEA, whatever, the International Atomic whatever committee, has been monitoring them enriching uranium. So we do have information that, and so Jovac Q is pointing out Iraq did have WMDs. Iraq had some materials. They had nerve gas. They had different types. They didn't have a bomb. They never had proof that they were close, and that's I'm getting to that. IAEA, thank you for being my brain prosthesis here. So Razor JB says they never had proof they were close. If you understand nuclear weapons, then you would really question this. They have threatened and talked years in their military, and I'm getting there. And see what their military is doing. A joke. Stuxnet, yes. Okay, wow, you guys are bringing up good information. I was going to make this just a brief interlude here, but you're digging up a lot of good history. So let me go back. I couldn't tell you how many years now that the media, or it's been leaked to the media and the media is reporting it, we have been told that Iran breakout to a nuclear weapon is days, weeks, months. And we've been hearing that for years. So again, I'm stating facts here. I don't know anything. I've just been watching the news. None of this is based on inside information. All of this is just based on news reports. I'm just sewing it up together and putting it in a tight little ball for you. So for easy 5 years, maybe 10 years, I've heard Iran, the breakout to a nuclear weapon in Iran is days, weeks, months, and we have to act. And over 2 decades, there have been saying the same thing. So Razor JB is saying 20 years. And it could be. So the things that I've said that support them, it's like, hey, you got oil, why do you need a nuclear reactor? And then here's like, I'm going to use Razor JB because I have no reason to think he's inaccurate. If for 20 years they've been saying Iran has been days, weeks, months away from a nuclear weapon, and it's been, it's kind of the sky's falling, Chicken Little, crying wolf, whatever you want to call it, for decades now. So, and Razor JB says 20 years plus. So, yeah. And if I'm not in one place or another. If you're one of those people that believe the military industrial complex just needs some sort of conflict to burn cash or make cash that we burn, that's a good way of saying it. All right, so Jovac Q, look at this. I got a great debate going on. So Jovac Q is pointing out that they have been sabotaged for 20 years. So Stuxnet, this was, and I don't know if it was in cooperation with U.S. and Israel or just Israel alone, but Israel dropped thumb drives. Let me grab a thumb drive. All over Iran, where their nuclear scientists would find the thumb drives, and they put the thumb drive in the computer, and the computer was responsible for handling the centrifuges for the nuclear reactors, and it rewrote the firmware and caused them to tear themselves apart. So all right, we got Safety Harbor Firearms in the chat, and I can't tell you his .com site, but boy, he makes cool stuff. And all right, the U.S. government wants war, and I am by far a gov hater or conspiracy theorist. I'm not sure if I read that right. The U.S. government wants war, and I am by far a government hater or conspiracy theorist. Okay, that's what he's saying. So yeah, I think the nuclear fraternity, the nuclear weapon fraternity, is a small exclusive group. apparently Israel collaborated with South Africa in developing a nuclear weapon, and so it's never been officially stated that Israel is a nuclear power. And of course, all right. So Razor JB, excellent point. They have yet to produce a legitimate nuclear bomb capable of functioning, meaning Iran, and it isn't close. And that very well could be the next issue. Could be the Iranians could load up one of their current missiles and make a dirty bomb. So that could be, and don't forget about dual use technology. Dang, it's really amazing that I have the smartest audience in the world. Thank you guys. So with all of that, and you smart people that could be doing this yourself, let's see. Rights are not tradition. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'll read it, but I'm not familiar. It says conspiracy theory. Look up Albert Pike and the Scottish Rite, the Iron Brotherhood, China, Pakistan, and the MC. And I'm not sure what that is. Also, North Korean capability, and they ain't been bombed. Ouch! 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 And so, yeah, that was Bill Clinton helped the North Koreans develop nuclear technology that they said was just going to be for electrical generation, and now they have a bomb. Dude, you guys are going at it hard. Razor JB says they talk more than most and want countries to believe they are a strong country to be feared, yet Israel's making them look like a fool. Truth. Actually, I need to drop that in like that? Yes. Razor JB is 100% correct. The state media, the Iranian state media, is telling them that they are dominating the skies of Israel. Basically, it's I'm rubber, you're glue. So the truth is Israel has air supremacy over Iran. The Iranian media is saying the opposite, and that they are, dominate. The Iranians are dominating the airspace over Israel, and Israel will fall soon. So they're saying, no, stick with it. I don't know if the one last thing I haven't covered, but Israel took out, I believe, like the top 2 dozen nuclear scientists in Iran. They took out the top 24 IRGC, whatever, the Iranian Republican Guard Corps leadership. And as they appoint new leadership, they take them out within a couple of days. This is scary AF. If you're, you want to be court-martialed and in a nice, safe military prison cell in Iran right now. If you're in the order of hierarchy and leadership, you don't want to be promoted through the Klingon rite of succession. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. I am going to leave it here. You guys are way too much. I just programming note. I said I was going to be doing Tuesdays, Thursdays on Flying Rich at 8:30 p.m. And I suck at keeping a schedule, and plain truth on all that. Life gets in the way. Oh, definitely. So, Johnny Three Bar. I didn't mention this. So, yeah, one other aircraft movement I didn't mention is there are about 30 tankers, air refueling tankers, that we moved over to Europe in the last couple of days. So, yeah, I did not get that. You can't see. All right. So some of you guys, I'm going live on both Flying Rich and Flying Rich Firearms. So if you're not seeing somebody's comments, it's because you're on one channel and not the other channel. So, and yeah, the Israelis were actually launching drones and missiles from inside of Iran. So they pre-positioned. This is kind of like Operation Spiderweb. And so KC is a tanker designation. So KCs are tankers, air refueling tankers. So pretty much we have an entire strike package positioned that is within reach of Iran. So we got the B-2s, B-52s, we've got the air refueling tankers, we've got F-22s, and just to scare everybody, we moved the Doomsday plane and the WC-135. So, yep. And Walter of Safety Harbor Firearms, and you can figure out what domain ending goes on the end of that, because I can't say it on YouTube. Or Sten Parts is another website he has, and he's back to making the donuts. I mean, Sten Parts. So, Walt, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. All right, you guys, I am going to drop back into domestic chores. The one thing I'm going to ask you to do, if you would please go over to Bear Creek Arsenal, create an account, say that Flying Rich sent you, because that lets them know you watch my stuff, and I would greatly appreciate it. I can't tell you about a deal they just released yesterday, but wow, it's a deal. Later, guys. And now I got to click the end button and not look like I don't know what I'm doing.